This is the first all-new Volkswagen Touareg launched in almost 10 years, and the company is really pushing things up market. I just sat in a press conference where it cited rivals like the Land Rover Discovery, the BMW X5, and of course the Audi Q7, with which this car shares its MLB platform. In fact, it sits on the same platform as the Bentley Bentayga and even the Lamborghini Urus. But the big question is, can a humble Volkswagen command a price premium nudging 100 grand before on-road costs like this car here? Well, we're in the beautiful but freezing cold climes of Tasmania on the local launch, so what better occasion to find out? Let's check it out. So as we mentioned, this new 5-seat Touareg sits on the same monocoque architecture as the Audi Q7 and even the Porsche Cayenne, which gives you some idea of its credentials. This has cut some 120 kilos from the curb weight, which now sneaks under 2 tonnes. It's powered by a redeveloped diesel V6 pumping out 190 kilowatts of power and 600 newton meters of torque, and is matched to an 8-speed automatic sourced from ZF and a variable all-wheel drive system with a locking centre diff. It can tow a brake trailer weighing up to 3.5 tonnes, equal to any other SUV in the class. Standard running functions include a range of driving modes from comfort to sport that change the driveline and damper tunes, plus dedicated snow and dirt modes for off-roading. This launch version even gets standard adjustable and open 4-corner air suspension that uses atmospheric oxygen rather than sealed nitrogen. It's absolutely loaded to the hilt with tech such as matrix LED adaptive headlights, filched from Audi, a driver fatigue detection system, front and rear cross traffic alert, lane assist, traffic jam assist, and a 9.2-inch touchscreen with gesture control and Apple CarPlay. It also gets sumptuous leather seats with heating, ventilation, and 8 pump-driven massaging modes. You can also add an $8,000 options pack that gives you a massive 15-inch centre screen, huge digital instruments augmented by a head-up display, and 30 ambient interior light colour choices. Of course, it's not cheap. It's $89,990 before on-road costs, or $99,990 as tested with the options pack and blue metallic paint. However, an Audi Q7 with the same level of optional spec and engine is more than 40 grand pricier on paper. Alright, so we're driving along at the moment alongside Lake St Clair, and this is a really nasty corrugated dirt road on a really cold snowy day, and the most impressive thing for me is the low speed ride. It's on air suspension and it's extremely smooth. It just irons things out really beautifully. That MLB platform is obviously designed for far more upmarket expensive SUVs than this, and it shows. The engine is also super snappy and responsive, so 600 newton meters of torque from just off idle point means that you've got this big shove in the back the second that you press the throttle, and because it's a torque converter gearbox, it's also super smooth. I mean, you may not be able to hear the quavering in my voice, and we're going over some particularly nasty, rutted, awful road there, and it really just did iron it out. Now, it's surprisingly adept at corners as well. It sits quite low, it doesn't roll around too much against lateral cornering loads. It's obviously a big SUV, so it's not going to defy physics. Interestingly enough, it's 120 kilos lighter than the old one, and it feels it too. It feels a bit more agile, but it's also solid and planted and super quiet at speed. The noise insulation is excellent, and a hat tip goes also to the active safety tech. So it's got a great lane assist system that really does pick up most road lines. It's got low and high speed AEB, pretty much everything that you want. It's honestly few and far between when it comes to finding things to dislike about this car. I mean, there's no doubt that that starting price of 90 grand plus once you start adding options equates to a drive-away price of about 115 grand, and that's a lot of coin for a fully loaded Volkswagen, no doubt about it. I also think a 7-seater version wouldn't go astray considering the target audience, and this giant screen that we've got here isn't going to be for everybody. There is a lot to learn. For the technophiles out there, it'll be a delight. For others, not so much. But look, we really are clutching at straws. So on first impressions, Volkswagen's promise of creating an upmarket, sophisticated, proper luxury experience really has been delivered. I'm blown away by this car. Of course, we'll put it up against some of the best of the best in some comparison tests soon, so keep an eye out for those. And if you have any questions or comments or anything you want, as always, drop them below and we'll get back to you. Cheers.